news. Coverage you can count on.
In just a few hours, we could learn whether high school sports will happen this fall. Good Friday afternoon. I'm Catherine Amenta.
And I'm Melanie Gillespie. It is a big decision that will affect thousands of students, parents, and coaches.
Channel 11's Mike Holden explains what's at stake.
Well, time is ticking away. It is really down to the wire with parents, coaches, and athletes on pins and needles, hoping that they will have a fall sports season. It's unclear exactly what will happen, but they say they feel cautiously optimistic, and they hope that the PIAA makes a decision that will work for the greater good of everyone. Now, the PIAA officially meets this afternoon at 3 o'clock. This is, again, supposed to be their final decision to determine if sports can or cannot be played. Pennsylvania is actually the final state to officially make a decision on fall sports, specifically football. The season has already been delayed by 2 weeks. Now, this all comes on the heels of fired-up parents, players, and coaches taking their concerns to Harrisburg. Yesterday, they chanted and cheered, saying sports matter and kids have a right to play. They called out Governor Tom Wolf over his recommendation to delay sports until January of 2021. Earlier this week, Wolf said the decision is not his to make.
When it comes to PIAA, again, I made a recommendation. That was the local PIAA will do what they want to do, and the school districts will do what they want to do. I'm giving guidance here. And
we also want to mention this, a Republican-sponsored bill that would give school districts the power to make decisions on fall sports cleared a House committee yesterday. The Education Committee also approved legislation that would give students the right to repeat a grade because of canceled sports. Now, out here, we want to let you know we will keep a close eye on this decision. Again, it is expected to come down right around 3 o'clock this afternoon, so we're going to keep a close eye on that. Check in with the PIAA and bring you the latest updates for Channel 11 News starting at 5 o'clock tonight and everything else on the WPXI News app. Reporting this afternoon, Mike Holden, Channel 11 News.
Mike, thank you. And staying on this topic, if high school sports are given the green light this afternoon, a lot of football teams in Allegheny County may not be able to play their games at home. That's because of virus restrictions in the county limit outdoor gatherings to 50 people or less. Pine Richland's football roster alone is 78 players. They do have a backup plan, though. They'll play in surrounding counties that have different limits.
I think we would have to start looking to other counties. You know, for us, Butler County's right next door. It's probably a mile away from our stadium, so we'd look at a couple venues up there and hopefully get something set up.
The Allegheny County Health Department told us it will work with WPXI to make sure events meet COVID guidelines while allowing the games to go on. The department is supposed to give us more information today.
Breaking at noon, the Allegheny County Health Department reports 80 new cases of COVID-19. That is a drop from the 100 reported yesterday. The new cases come from tests taken between August 11th and yesterday. The department also reports 6 new deaths, 4 of which are related to long-term care facilities.
Also breaking at noon, the state's Auditor General now says that managers at Brighton Rehab and Wellness Center refuse to cooperate with an audit. Brighton and Beaver County, as we know, had the worst COVID outbreak in the state with more than 400 cases and 73 deaths. And now Auditor General Eugene DePasquale says that managers there refuse to even schedule a first meeting. And there's also a criminal investigation into how they handled the outbreak. A new company is now managing the rehab center. Severe Weather Team 11 meteorologist Jessica Faith joining us this afternoon.
Jessica, some people south of Pittsburgh could actually see some showers today.
Yes, getting some much needed rain, but like you said, that's not for everyone. A few select cities down south of Pittsburgh could see a few isolated showers later today. Right now, no rain in Pittsburgh, 78 degrees. Dew point still nice and comfortable right now, but as we go throughout the day and into the weekend, humidity will return, will continue to rise. Could see a few more storms this weekend. Not everyone's going to get wet, kind of like today, isolated and even scattered showers this weekend. I'll get into more details about who could see rain and also an update on the tropics. We have a new tropical storm. More details in just a few minutes.
All right, Jessica, thanks. Well, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris make it official, and they make history.
It was a convention unlike any other this week. The former vice president and his running mate accepting their party's nominations, promising a new vision for America.
And NBC's Susan McGinnis has a wrap-up.
Oh, say, can you see? With the nation's first ever virtual convention now in the history books,
Democrats Joe Biden and Kamala Harris hit the virtual campaign trail after laying out their vision for America.
This is our moment. This is our mission.
At a convention constrained by a pandemic, pomp and circumstance, crowds and balloons replaced with videos, virtual speeches, and remote appearances.
Together with Joe and Kamala in the White House,
Biden promising to battle systemic racism and climate change, but paying special attention to the battered economy and the coronavirus.
We'll never have our lives back until we deal with this virus. The tragedy of where we are today is it didn't have to be this bad.
Biden also hitting an emotional tone, connecting with those who have suffered loss.
I have some idea how it feels to lose someone you love.
That was Joe Biden. That was not a speechwriter. That was no one putting words in his mouth. Those words came from his heart and his soul.
The new nominee did not mention President Trump by name, but laid out the case for replacing him.
Character is on the ballot. Compassion is on the ballot. Decency, science, democracy, they're all on the ballot.
President Trump trying to steal the spotlight all week, attacking Biden on Thursday.
He spent the last half century in Washington selling out our country.
With the Democratic ticket set, the race is on, with just 74 days left as Republicans get ready to make their case for re-electing Donald Trump next week. Susan McGinnis, NBC News, Washington.
Biden-Harris team reports that set an online record for fundraising this week, money they'll need to get out their message in this election. Locally, Biden backers watched the final night of the convention from a neat spot, the Kerry Blast Furnaces in Rankin. Dozens of families drove out to Rankin and took in the scenes from their cars. That's what they did in Delaware, too, for the speech in person. Some of the spectators were delegates who would have been in Milwaukee this week. Meanwhile, dozens of delegates to the Republican National Convention in Charlotte, North Carolina have started arriving there. The convention gets underway on Monday. We'll have virtual components, but there will also be in person as well. Speakers include First Lady Melania Trump on Tuesday, Vice President Mike Pence on Wednesday, and then President Trump is set to give his acceptance speech from the White House South Lawn on Thursday.
New at noon, a man convicted of attempted homicide for shooting a woman as she got off a Port Authority bus will spend the next 30 to 60 years in prison. Jawan Johnson was sentenced for shooting the woman as she walked near Susquehanna Street in Homewood back in 2017. After shooting her, he then robbed her of $400. The jury found him guilty earlier this year.
Channel 11 expects to learn more this afternoon about a fentanyl trafficking ring that was busted. More than 24 people are facing charges, and this is all part of an ongoing effort to reduce violent crime in the East Hills and in Wilkinsburg. Make sure you look for more on this story tonight on Channel 11 News at 5.
Well, the Elizabeth Borough Police Department is back open and officers are back out on patrol. The department was closed last week after 3 officers tested positive for COVID-19. The police chief announced the reopening last night on the department's Facebook page. He thanked the community for its understanding and for keeping everything calm and quiet while the department was closed.
2 stories we covered live on Channel 11 Morning News. We have some updates here. The state fire marshal investigating a house fire in Hopewell Township, Beaver County early this morning. We're told someone does live in the house on Wimpole Street. No one was hurt, and the house was badly damaged. Turns out a SWAT team call to Oakland early this morning was not needed after all. We spotted them on North Craig Street just before 2 a.m. after a report that a man had a gun. And when police got there, they saw the man sleeping in a car and the gun was on his lap. Officers woke the man up. Nothing more happened. Police tell us SWAT was called as a precaution.
Changes must be made to ensure our sustainability for the years and decades ahead.
Well, new at noon, the head of the United States Postal Service is testifying before a Senate panel about mail delivery delays. Our Washington, D.C. correspondent Jacqueline Fell is reporting from her home outside of D.C. And Jackie, tensions were almost immediately on display there.
The chairman of the Senate Government Affairs Committee accused Democrats of character assassination against U.S. Postmaster General Louis DeJoy. DeJoy has only been on the job since June. He's explaining today why he's made sweeping operational changes that are impacting mail delivery. We've heard a lot about the postal agency's financial problems. DeJoy says during the coronavirus pandemic, USPS is likely to report a $9 billion loss. The cost-cutting changes have led to concerns about the ability to handle an uptick in mail-in ballots for the November election.
There has been no changes in any policies with regard to election mail for the 2020 election.
Several Democrats have pointed out complaints from their constituents about a delay in life-saving medications being delivered. The top Democrat on the panel says the U.S. mail always delivers, but that DeJoy so far hasn't. He says DeJoy should apologize to the American people. Reporting outside Washington, Jacqueline Fell, Channel 11 News.
A Save the Post Office rally is planned for this afternoon in Squirrel Hill. It starts at 5 on the post office on Darlington Avenue. The 14th Ward Independent Democratic Club is hosting that event. The rally runs until 6 o'clock tonight.
New at noon, the state unemployment rate inched up last month to 13.7%. That's 0.5% higher than it was in June. Nationally, the unemployment rate is 10.2, which is down almost 1% from June.
Later today, actress Lori Loughlin will be sentenced for her part in a university cheating scandal. Under a plea agreement, Loughlin will have to serve 2 months in prison. The court just accepted her husband's plea deal. He'll serve 5 months behind bars.
Back to D.C. this afternoon, a funeral service for President Trump's brother Robert will be held this afternoon at the White House. The president said his brother would have been honored by the funeral. The ceremony is being paid for privately by the president. The Trump family will attend the service. It's expected to be in the East Room. Robert Trump passed away on Saturday at the age of 71 in New York.
Still to come on Channel 11 News at noon, the number of meals for schools, kids that might not be served without a lot of help.
Plus, the new and lasting health risks caused by deadly wildfires in California. Stay with us.
Borough Rehab has had more than 50 COVID cases in the last month. It wasn't until 11 Investigates started asking questions that new numbers showed the jump in cases.
I was in total shock.
Watch Channel 11 News at 5 and 6 p.m.
This year, back to school is certainly different.
But Channel 11 Morning News is always here to prepare you for your day, bringing you what's new, what's happening now, and what's next.
Be prepared for back to school.
Watch Channel 11 Morning News.
Watch Channel 11 News at 6.
Followed by NBC Nightly News at 6:30.
Welcome back on this Friday afternoon. Hope it's a good one so far. New at noon, the emergency room at UPMC East Monroeville will be able to see more patients starting next week. The ER has doubled in capacity by adding 20 new private rooms. It's all part of their $24 million expansion and renovation plan. The hospital will also open a pharmacy in the ER later this fall.
Well, check out this video of Northern California where fires have burned more than 40,000 acres, and that's just in the northern part of the state. Similar fires are raging down south as well, and statewide hundreds of buildings have been destroyed and 4 people have died. But those aren't the only concerns. All that fire is creating a very thick haze. Conditions got so bad yesterday, 4 Northern California cities held the top 4 spots for the worst air quality in the entire country.
It's really heavy, so I'm changing my mind, to be honest. No, I can't get enough air, oxygen, especially with this mask.
And exposure to particle pollution can cause serious health problems like lung disease. It can also trigger asthma attacks.
I heard them screaming for my husband, like, you need to come on, you can't. Tanner got shot, we don't think he's going to make it.
It's just a heartbreaking story and so hard to hear this mother. She is the mother of a 16-year-old who was gunned down, and she is speaking out this afternoon. Police are still working to identify a suspect, but the victim's mother told Channel 11's Gabriella DeLuca she has a good idea of possibly what happened to her son.
The victim's mom told us that she heard from witnesses that her son was walking home, stopped here to go to the bathroom. That's when he came in contact with the shooter here on the basketball court, and her son was shot and killed.
When my husband called and said to me, I think we lost our baby because he turned blue in my arms, I prayed that he would make it.
16-year-old Tanner Morton is who she's calling her baby, her son, and her best friend.
It was weird to say my 16-year-old was the rock of our family, but in a way he was.
Around 7 last night, Tanner was shot while walking near Mount Washington Park. His friends rushed him to his parents' house, and later that night, he died at the hospital.
I'm just going to miss everything, his smile, his laugh. Just hearing him call me. I call him like 10 times a day to make sure he was okay.
Tanner's mom told us she has an idea who the shooter is and thinks her son was targeted because of a past disagreement.
Even though he's up in heaven, he's still a stronger man than any of them are. He's still not weaker than them. Just because they took him from me, they could never really take him all the way. He'll always be with me.
No one has been charged, and his mom is begging for the public to contact police with any information.
How would you feel if it was your child? I would do it for you. I wouldn't be scared. The worst moments in my life. I don't know if I'll ever get over this.
Gabriella DeLuca, Channel 11 News.
What can you say? Her community is rallying around her. They have set up a GoFundMe page. They're helping the family with the funeral expenses. If you would like to help them, we have all of the information right now on our website, WPXI.com.
Well, 6 West Virginia University students are in trouble after they were identified partying last weekend. University officials say they violated the student code of conduct, but did not say what punishment they could possibly face. The Dean of Students issued a statement last night. It says, "We know that you are happy to see your friends and celebrate the beginning of another school year, but as you do, I want to remind you of the behaviors you are expected to model. That includes wearing a mask or face covering, practicing social distancing, maintaining proper hygiene, and monitoring for COVID symptoms every day." And Catherine, WVU is not alone in all of this.
No, unfortunately not. The president of Penn State is now calling recent behavior there unacceptable, too. He says the university is working to identify these students, and they could be expelled. It's a huge party earlier this week, about 100 students all packed in, nobody in masks, or at least that we can see. And it goes beyond Penn State's boundaries, too. State College Borough Council is concerned that if students get infected, they'll spread the virus throughout the community. Penn State already suspended one fraternity after a huge party there. The video went viral, and then Phi Kappa Psi lost all privileges as a recognized student organization until an investigation is complete.
Well, Airbnb is banning house parties worldwide. The home-sharing company says it will limit occupancy in its rental properties to 16 people, and it may pursue legal action against guests and hosts who violate that ban. Airbnb has always prohibited unauthorized parties, and most of its listings explicitly ban them.
Your severe weather Team 11 forecast.
The latest drought monitor was released yesterday, and just to show you how bad the drought has gotten, now most of the region is in a moderate drought. We did have 50-50 with the yellow color indicating an abnormally dry region, but now in this brown shaded area you can see that most of our area from the south right around I-80 down toward the from the north rather down to the south in a moderate drought. So just keep that in mind. If your grass is turning brown, you may have to add some extra water. Now we do expect rain a very slim rain chance. Notice that most of the state, or all of the state rather, dry, but we do see some rain down to our south. Now, high pressure is overhead for us, keeping things dry. And keep in mind, we did have some very dry air in place, still holding on to some pretty dry air in some spots in the region, but most of the moisture is down to our south. Some of this action could slide into our area, but we are expected to be mostly dry for today. Now, today we're going to continue to warm up, so you may want to get outside, maybe do some outdoor activities, go out tonight, but we will be warm. But we will be on the dry side. Small rain chances, though. Again, very tiny rain chance. But just keep in mind, the farther south you are, the better your rain chance is. So within the next hour, some of that moisture could slide into our area. Most of that rain will be south of Pittsburgh. Not seeing too much Pittsburgh in points northward. You can see that on Storm Tracker. And as we start to lose some heat from the day, we'll also lose that rain chance. So more diurnally driven showers for today. Going into tomorrow, really not expecting much either. An update on the tropics. We now have Tropical Storm Laura. It will continue to track off toward the west at about 18 miles per hour. And notice the track. It will be going into the Gulf of Mexico. And it is expected to strengthen into a Category 1 hurricane as it goes into the Gulf sometime early next week. So Laura, definitely something to watch as we go into the days ahead. It could mean a lot of rain and hurricane force winds for portions of the Gulf of Mexico and into the continental U.S. So again, just something to keep in mind in days ahead. Not giving us any extra rain, though. Our rain chances will stay very slim. Thunderstorms south of the area today. An isolated thunderstorm late in the day tomorrow. A few more storms, scattered showers, so better rain chance. Still not enough, but getting some beneficial rain. A few more showers on Monday and Tuesday, but for the most part staying dry, staying very warm. Those temperatures in the mid to upper 80s, overnight lows in the mid to upper 60s.
Jessica, thanks. Well, still to come on Channel 11 News, the steps Duquesne University is taking to help a grieving mother find some closure after her son's death.
Plus, the special challenges veterans are facing as they get health care during the pandemic. Stay with us.
PRSA Channel 11 News, 11 at 11 all the time.
But this is what it means.
It means you get 11 minutes of news and weather before the first commercial.
It means we deliver breaking news, local news happening now, and details about what's happened since 6.
All before the first commercial.
11 at 11 means I'll track storms and bring you your first look at weather before the first commercial.
Channel 11 News, 11 at 11.
11 minutes of news and weather before the first commercial.
Watch tonight.
When you want news from where you live,
watch Channel 11 News at 5.
The state is calling on the federal government to extend waivers that helped Pennsylvania provide 24 million meals to school children. The Wolf administration says without that federal money, the state's charitable food system would have to pick up that slack. So they want to see summer food programs used during the school year because virtual learning has a lot of kids at home. The waivers expire at the end of the month. Officials urge families worried about food access to start exploring other assistance programs that are available through the Department of Human Services.
Johnson & Johnson plans to enroll up to 60,000 people for the final stage of their COVID vaccine trial. The Phase 3 trial would take place across 180 locations, including in the United States. This would be the largest test of a COVID vaccine. That trial is expected to start next month. Moderna and Pfizer began their final stage testing last month.
More vets are getting their health care through telemedicine during the pandemic. The Department of Veterans Affairs says the number of vets using virtual care jumped more than 800%. And they also say they had more than 11 million virtual prescription refills. However, they're concerned about one aspect of this. The VA is concerned that telemedicine can help as much with feelings of isolation while vets battle the invisible wounds from their service.
Raising awareness and reducing the stigma are two big pieces to that, but a lot more needs to be done in terms of providing actual care.
And to that point, a bill has passed in the Senate to invest in more mental health services for veterans. The House has not voted yet.
You can keep asking me, but I can't discuss it.
This is a big story. The state's top health official says she cannot talk about a confidential deal that let this car show happen despite COVID restrictions. But we'll tell you about the decision that could change that.
And the rule change that affects every teacher exposed to the coronavirus.
We do have rain in the forecast coming up. I'll let you know the best time to get outside for this weekend.
When news is happening near you, Channel 11 is there.
Aliquippa, Coraopolis, Moon. We cover news everywhere you live.
That's what makes Channel 11 News different.
We're in McCandless, Cranberry, Butler. For news from where you live,
watch Channel 11 News at 5. Channel 11 News, 11 and 11 means you get 11 minutes of news and weather
Before the first commercial.
It means live coverage of breaking news, local news, and your first look at weather.
All before the first commercial.
Channel 11 News, 11 and 11.
Watch tonight.
Watch Catherine Amenta and Gordon Lesh on Channel 11 Morning News.
Well, they weren't given a pass, and I understand your question.
That's what the state health secretary said when 11 Investigates asked Dr. Rachel Levine why she let this car show take place, which allowed thousands of people in. 11 Investigates broke the news of a secret agreement earlier this week. And now we have the health secretary's response.
And Amy Marcinkowitz spoke to a local DA about the message this is all sending.
Western Pennsylvania leaders say this is not about a car show on the other side of the state. They say this is much bigger than that, claiming hypocrisy, saying the Pennsylvania health secretary is playing fast and loose with the rules she put in place to keep us safe. The mandates are clear, straight from the health department, to curb the spread of COVID-19. No outdoor gatherings of more than 250 people. Yet, a confidential settlement that 11 Investigates obtained says otherwise and allowed the Carlisle Car Show near Harrisburg to go on for 4 days, letting in 20,000 attendees a day. 20,000 people, that's a lot more than 250, and Butler County's top prosecutor is fuming.
Governor Wolf has sent a letter to the local law enforcement asking them to enforce his mask mandate, yet they're making confidential agreements to allow large congregations of people to come together. They talk out both sides of their mouth.
Here in Butler, major events shut down, abiding by the restrictions. The Big Butler Fair, the Farm Show, the Saxonburg Carnival. This is the week of the Lawrence County Fair. They canceled as well because of the virus mandates. Leaders we talked with say Dr. Rachel Levine is the person charged with the responsibility to protect the health of Pennsylvanians. She is also the person who said in the court documents to get the car show shut down that holding an event anticipating 100,000 attendees is dangerous conduct and must be stopped. 11 Investigates pressed her for a second day on why she let this happen.
Well, they weren't given a pass, and I understand your question about this legal agreement, which I am legally not able to talk about. So, I mean, I think you can understand and respect that I can't break a legal agreement and I can't discuss it.
We tried again, asking who else knew about the confidential deal.
This was an agreement with the Pennsylvania Department of Health, and I can't talk about it. So you can keep asking me, but I can't discuss it. 11
Investigates reached out to the Carlisle Car Show, who told us we can't talk about it either, saying we signed a confidentiality agreement as part of the settlement and have no further comment. 11 Investigates checked court dockets and found the judge in the car show case ruled within the last 24 hours that the confidential settlement agreement will be part of the public records. Even so, Butler County leaders at a loss for words over this whole thing, upset doesn't even cut it.
We've had events here in Butler that wouldn't have that number of people attending that were canceled to try and comply with what the governor's asked us to do, yet they make these secret deals to obviously benefit them.
Amy Marcinkowitz, Channel 11 News.
Still a lot of unanswered questions, and 11 Investigates will continue to ask them until we get you answers. We have also posted that document obtained by 11 Investigates for you to read for yourselves on the WPXI News app and WPXI.com.
Well, the Mars area school district went over their back-to-school plan during a virtual meeting.
A lot of it was about masks, and the superintendent says masks need to cover the nose and the mouth and have to be secured with ties, straps, or loops. And they understand that this is new for everyone, so they're going to give the kids some breaks throughout the day just to take it off and get a little fresh air. The district is also giving parents 3 options for back to school: in-person, live stream, or cyber learning. Meanwhile, students return to school in the Peters Township School District on Monday, and they'll have to wear their masks, face masks, not a gaiter or a bandana. Also, the masks cannot have vents. This is important. Officials say studies prove those vents can lead to more infection. And not everybody, unfortunately, happy with the South Butler School District's updated back-to-school plan. Some parents protested during the meeting last night. Elementary school students will be in school 5 days a week, while middle and high school students will take on a hybrid model. The board will revisit the plan next month.
Well, the White House is formally declaring teachers to be critical infrastructure workers. That means teachers can continue to work even after exposure to a confirmed case of COVID-19, as long as they aren't showing any symptoms. Critics see the move as a way to pressure schools to reopen. The president of the American Federation of Teachers says the designation could be used to threaten, bully, and coerce teachers into classrooms without the proper safety considerations.
It is the start of the weekend. We love that. And Severe Weather Team 11 meteorologist Jessica Faith joins us.
We're talking about a little bit of rain this weekend, but it sounds like it's not going to be a total washout.
Not a total washout at all, especially with the drier air that we've had in place over the past few days. And we're starting to warm up. I know it's Friday. People want to get out and about. If you're going out for lunch anytime soon, know that those lunchtime temperatures are starting to warm in a pretty big way. Still in the upper 70s in a few spots, including Pittsburgh at 78 degrees. Beaver, look at you. You are already in the mid 80s at 85 degrees. Today's projected high, 86. Partly sunny, a few showers south of our area. Not everyone is going to see rain, so if you do want to get out and about, you're good to go for today. During the weekend, I would say just keep an eye on the weather, especially on Sunday, where we expect a little bit more coverage. Could also see that on Monday as well. I'll break down in Storm Tracker when and where you could see showers. That's coming up in just a little bit.
Soon, Jessica. Right now, Duquesne University responding once again to calls for justice for a student who died on campus. They have agreed to provide Marquise Brown's mother with her son's case file. They say she hasn't signed the paperwork yet to give her access to it. Brown died in 2018 after the school and police say he jumped from the 16th floor of a dorm. Witnesses say Brown's behavior was erratic before he jumped. They claim police did their best to de-escalate the situation. A drug test revealed marijuana was in his system. Brown's mother held several protests demanding answers and staged a hunger strike. Last month, Duquesne agreed to an independent investigation, adding body cameras and mental health training for all campus officers.
Well, the population of Pittsburgh actually appears to be shrinking. According to Advisor Smith, we have the 6th fastest drop in the entire country. The study found we lost more than 5,000 residents in the last 5 years. It may not sound like a lot. It's just 0.3%, but the average growth in large American cities is 0.8%.
Don't leave us. Your time, 12:36. This weekend, hundreds of search and rescue experts plan to scour central PA mountains for any sign of a missing Amish teenager. Linda Stoltzfus, we are very familiar with her story now, disappearing 2 months ago. She was last seen walking home from church in Lancaster County. Now, they're going to be up in the Welsh Mountain Range, less than 12 miles away from where Linda was last seen. Authorities are not releasing many more details than that because they say they don't want people showing up to watch or try to help. Eusto Smoker faces kidnapping charges in connection to her disappearance. Police say surveillance cameras took this picture, putting Smoker's car in the area where Stoltzfus went missing. And then on top of that, witnesses say they saw a woman in Amish clothing in his car. The FBI has offered a $10,000 reward for information about her disappearance.
Well, we have a warning from the Butler Health System, according to our partners at Butler Radio. A neighbor got a robocall from a number that came up as Butler Health System. The caller asked for a Social Security number to address health records violations. The hospital says it is a scam, and residents should be on alert for similar calls like this one.
After the break, some of the biggest dangers teens say they put themselves in when they get behind the wheel.
I like people to be honest, not stupid.
Nobody brings the truth to life.
Is that what you want me to believe?
Nobody can read between the lies.
I'm 5'9", and I have a body like Christy Brinkley. Do you believe that?
Like Judge Judy.
She's an 18-year-old girl. She got a settlement. You saw a little money. You wanted a big red truck. Shiny, shiny, shiny red truck. I still love this job.
Judge Judy, weekdays at 4 and 4:30 on Channel 11.
Be prepared for back to school.
Watch Channel 11 Morning News.
The CDC says many teenagers are taking unnecessary risks behind the wheel, and this is a good time to give this reminder as we get closer to the Labor Day weekend. About 5% of teens say they recently drove while intoxicated. 16% say they've been a passenger when the driver was intoxicated. Nearly 40% admitted to texting or emailing while driving at least once in the last month. And then 43% said they don't always wear a seatbelt while in the car.
Aldi is recalling peaches sold at stores here in Pennsylvania because they've been linked to a salmonella outbreak. At least 68 people in 9 states have gotten sick from that outbreak. The bagged peaches were reportedly sold under the Wawona brand in 16 states starting in June. The FDA says to get rid of those peaches if you have them. We have more information about the recall on our news app and WPXI.com.
Bright spots in the economy. That's what the U.S. Labor Secretary sees. We will tell you why after the break.
We do have rain in the forecast, but if you have outdoor plans, don't cancel them. Up next, I'll show you in Storm Tracker when and where you can see rain this weekend.
You're watching WPXI Now, your source for original local shows. All the best things happening in Pittsburgh in one place. Watch 11 Things to Do, Thursday and Friday mornings at 9:15 on WPXI Now and on demand. Our weather can change in an instant. Depend on Pittsburgh's chief meteorologist, Stephen Cropper, to keep you ahead of every twist and turn. Real, clear, accurate. Pittsburgh's chief meteorologist, Stephen Cropper. That's coverage you can count on.
Nobody can read between the lines like Judge Judy.
Talks to get unemployed workers some help seems to have stalled in Washington. Channel 11's Aaron Morton had the opportunity to sit down with the U.S. Labor Secretary to ask what's being done.
U.S. Labor Secretary Eugene Scalia sees bright spots in the economy, even as coronavirus restrictions remain in place and new unemployment claims rose last week.
The good news was that continuing claims, that is, the number of people who continue to get unemployment benefits, took a very large drop.
In an exclusive interview with Channel 11 during a visit to Marcellus Shale Coalition in Robinson, Scalia says the administration is continuing to push for additional unemployment benefits, something that will require cooperation from Congress.
I certainly would like to see them come back and be prepared to negotiate. But perhaps they're just not interested in having a deal.
Are those conversations happening right now in any way?
I don't want to comment on exactly what discussions may be going. We certainly remain interested.
Congressional Democrats in the White House have blamed each other repeatedly for the stalled negotiations. Some of those relying on benefits could also be impacted by another political controversy, funding the U.S. Postal Service. It's a question we asked Scalia directly.
Are you worried about delays that exist in mail delivery could impact those benefits being delivered?
We want to get those benefits as quickly as possible. That's largely going to be on the states to process those payments.
Aaron Martin, Channel 11 News.
In order to use the additional $300 in federal benefits, Pennsylvania will have to set up a new system. And the state's labor secretary says that could take a month or more to distribute the money.
New at noon, Estee Lauder is feeling the effects of the coronavirus. The cosmetic giant, which owns Jo Malone, Clinique, La Mer, and MAC, has announced major changes, including up to 2,000 layoffs. At least 10% of their stores and beauty counters will be closing. Company officials say the pandemic has affected the bottom line and announced a 2-year plan to adjust its investments. Well, a possible deal to save Pittsburgh-based GNC from going under. The biggest shareholder has put in a bid to buy the retailer. A bankruptcy court approved the deal with China-based Harbin Pharmaceutical Group, but it is not final yet. Our partners at the Pittsburgh Business Times say an auction for the sale of GNC is scheduled for next month. Harbin is under contract as the first bidder.
The State Public Utility Commission says there was a record number of outages in 2019. They had 52 events impacting close to 2 million customers. So what caused them? Well, thunderstorms that downed trees and power lines. Duquesne Light and West Penn Power were among the hardest hit.
Your severe weather Team 11 forecast.
Shouldn't have any power outages today, but if you see a few thunderstorms, getting a few rumbles of thunder, maybe flashes of lightning, that'll be farther toward the south. We're already seeing some action in portions of West Virginia, but for our state, we are high and dry. High pressure is overhead, and we're warming things up as we go further into the afternoon hours. Right now, during the 12 o'clock hour, temperatures already on the warm side. 79 Greensburg, 80 Washington, 78 in Pittsburgh, and 84. Very warm there in Beaver. So for today, dew points will continue to rise, and we see a big difference. The farther north we are, the drier we are. Pretty muggy south of Pittsburgh, where we have dew points in the 60s. Close to 70 means pretty moist air, and we're pretty close to 70 there in Morgantown and in Washington. So we're looking at a pretty muggy day today, but more humidity is on the way for this weekend, even getting quite sticky there on Sunday. The humid air mass will help to produce a few isolated to even scattered showers this weekend, along with some thunderstorms. And keep in mind, we really need the rain. But if you need to get outside, maybe get some outdoor chores done, wash your car, mow the lawn, or maybe you just want to go out for a walk, go out to the Strip District and enjoy some time outside, Saturday will be your day. We expect more rain on Sunday. Remember, Sunday is the day that we'll have the highest humidity and also the highest rain chance. I'll show you that right now on Storm Tracker. If you're starting your day out early tomorrow, maybe grabbing some breakfast, you'll be good to go, but just have your umbrella in hand. We can see a few isolated showers early in the day, but through the noon hour, looking to be really dry for the first half of the day for your Saturday. It's not going to be until the second half of the day that we really start to see some action, showers sparking. And again, just like today, most of the showers will be south of Pittsburgh. So Morgantown, you have a good chance of seeing some rain. Washington could have a few showers close to your area and also around Uniontown. Going into your Sunday, that's the better shot for showers. Maybe not first thing in the morning, but more scattered rain coming into the second half of the day, where we could even see some rain farther toward the north. So that's what we're tracking going into this weekend. Slightly better rain chances. We showed you the drought monitor to show that most of the region is in a moderate drought, and we're not really getting all of the rain that we need, but still some beneficial rain coming our way. A few showers south of the area today, maybe a few thunderstorms, non-severe. 86 degrees. Similar story for tomorrow. Few more storms, scattered showers for Sunday, and temperatures for the most part will continue to be in the mid to upper 80s. Going into next week, looking drier, maybe a thunderstorm or two Monday and Tuesday, but for the most part, we're looking at pretty muggy air next week. Also very warm temperatures and overnight lows to be in the mid 60s.
Jessica, well, thank you. A former Apple engineer claims he was assigned to build a top secret iPod for the government. David Shayer said in a blog he is not sure why the Department of Energy wanted it, but says the iPod could be transformed into a stealth Geiger counter. He says a user could check in an area for dirty bombs or uranium while appearing to enjoy some music.
I did it, and it was just like, it's so quick.
Don't miss this story, how this teenager's quick reaction likely saved a man's life.
And here is Lisa Robertson with your local steals and deals.
Hey, Lisa Robertson here with Local Steals and Deals, looking at one of the coolest things in technology today, and it's called the Moon Pod. It's literally made to mimic flotation therapy. So what is flotation therapy? Flotation therapy is something where your entire body is supported evenly. Think about that. They actually use it to help people who have stress and anxiety disorders. So think about how amazingly relaxing and calming and comfortable it is. And this is what the Moon Pod is actually made to emulate. It has proprietary beads, millions of them, high friction beads. You can sit up, you can recline, you can lay on it. This is going to mean that you have extra seating wherever you want, an extra place to take it out. This is great for dorm rooms. This is great for kids' rooms. This is great for watching TV. And you can get the Crescent pillow with it. Now, the Crescent pillow is a great body pillow. It's great for a body pillow if you're pregnant. It's great to help when you're nursing. It's a great gift for anyone who's going to have a baby or has a little one. It's also going to make your Moon Pod into kind of a recliner. So here is the Crescent pillow, and you're going to just, wait for it. Wow, it's like a throne. I like it. It's my Moon Pod throne. I'm in. So the great thing is, this is what your kids are going to love. This is what everybody in the family is going to fight over. This is dorm rooms. This is kids' rooms. This is TV rooms. Oh, you can stack them so they don't take up any room at all, which I love. The covers are machine washable, and they're really lightweight, so they're easy to move around, and you can just do whatever you want. If you're looking for this and you're going, oh my gosh, I love that, you can find it right now on localsteals.com for 20% off. How great is that? You got a couple colors, but trust me when I tell you, yep, it's my throne. I'm the king of the world. Okay, I'm the king of the Moon Pod, but it's darn close.
Channel 11 Morning News brings you what's happening now.
Very busy scene as firefighters work on a fire.
What's new?
The board deciding last night that things will be entirely online. We have been tracking this from the very beginning.
A lot of parents are unhappy about the fact that kids will not be returning to the buildings.
And what's next?
We're waiting for major decisions about high school sports and whether they'll be played this fall.
Today, we will find out if a restaurant revolution will happen.
Count on Channel 11 News for live coverage every morning. Channel 11 News 11 at 11. 11 minutes of news and weather before the first commercial.
A local movie theater reopening today. The Cinemark in McCandless plans to have brand new safety measures to try to keep everybody as safe as possible. Face masks will be required, but you can take them off when eating and drinking. 17-year-old Nicole Fields can add hero to her resume. Take a look. Nicole is a waitress at her family's restaurant, and watch the surveillance video. Group of people here having dinner when a man starts choking. And you can see Fields in the yellow run over. She jumps in, starts doing the Heimlich maneuver, and the food comes out.
It was just pretty much the adrenaline. Like, I just got that burst of it, and I was like, I've got to go.
And the man, he started breathing again after a few seconds, but he didn't go to the hospital. Nope. He went back to eating his meal. Field says that she was just in the right place at the right time and wasn't even scheduled to work that day. Wow.
Can you blame him? No. I think I'd probably do the same thing. Here's something to look forward to. The Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade will march on this year, but with some changes. Macy's hasn't said what those changes are yet. Only that the parade will be, quote, reimagined.
Perfect story to end on. Well, that is all for Channel 11 News at noon. Our next newscast is tonight at 5 with Melanie.
And you can get breaking news updates anytime on our streaming apps. Just search WPXI on Apple TV, Roku, or Amazon Fire. Hope you have a great day. We'll see you later.
Going on your vacation, Barney.
It's the summer of me. Your TV vacation.